All right, gonna do an express, not really express, but 20 titles. I picked 20 titles for Dots and Loops Vinyl Tag 2023 contest. I don't know if it's too late. Meant to do this earlier this month, but here we are, the last day of the month. If it's too late for the contest, Dan, it's all good. You know, we'll do what we can. You get it in if you can. Anyway, I enjoyed watching Lego Paddy. Actually, I haven't finished yours. It was enjoyable though, doing all 101 questions, I think, and did see John at the Digital Gramophone do 20 questions. I actually also picked out 20, actually 21. I thought I meant to pick 20, but there's 21 here. Good. John going for the Dan cadence on that, which is tough to do. I'm going to keep this quick as well. See how quick. I'm not known for quick videos, but I have picked 20 of the 21 of the 101 questions. And the first one, it seems like everyone's done. Record involving Todd Rundgren. Here we go. Half Nelson, the original version of Sparks. My white label promo that I got some years ago now. First album produced by Todd Rundgren. Rundgren. This is the next question I picked. A good $5 record. I do not like the band Spooky Tooth, but when I do, I prefer the Pierre Henry whacked out electronica. I bet this is a Dan record. Spooky Tooth. Okay. A record that defined you 25 years ago. Still love this record. I dive into it quite regularly. Beck Mutations on Bong Load. I originally bought this tape when it came out. I remember the day of. I didn't do that very often back at that time. I think this is missing. Yeah, I believe it is missing the 7-inch, which stinks. But this is the original copy of Bong Load. Mutations, my favorite Beck record, along with One Foot in the Grave. But I'll go Mutations. It is a beautifully produced, wonderful record. Hard to find album by a pop artist. This is Bob Darin, aka Bobby Darin. I think I've shown this. I bought this sealed. You can see that. How much was it? 20 something? $25? Yes, a Bobby Darin album that is $25. This is on the Direction label, an imprint of Bell. This is a really good sort of funky folk rock record when he was doing a Bob Dylan thing. Commitment, it's called. Best inner sleeve. I kind of couldn't find one too quick, but there's a lot of great inner sleeves. I'll go with Yossi's Putrefiers 2, and I'll show you why. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at this mutant. And you got this dog guy. Dog dressed up in a suit. Great. Putrefiers 2 on In the Red. This has got to be from about 2009 or so. All right. Bad Lover, great album. Kind of a tough question. I'm going to go with a complete asshole. I'm sure he had some, some straight anti-women sort of, what a dick. Prince Buster. This is great of his 20 rare ska tracks. He had the 10 Commandments, which was of course a terrible. If you listen to that, you'll know why this guy was a dick. Bad Lover. I do love the ska from Mr. Buster. A workout record. This is one I think I could run up a mountain to. Rapture's Echoes. Still holds up exceptionally well. This is the UK edition, DFA, Mute, whatever it is. This still holds up incredibly well. Great record. Kind of it starts off sort of slow and then it gets into this groove. Yeah. I picked an overrated record now. I do like this album, but I think it's a little overrated. Milk and Cookies. American sort of power pop glam group, but released in the UK only on Island. Actually, it's got a nice inner sleeve too. There they are, Milk and Cookies. It's been reissued a bunch of times. This is the original on Island. A record to make you levitate. Levitation. A lot I could have picked here. I decided to show a Spaceman 3 record, just like Lego Paddy did. This is the original of The Perfect Prescription on the Genius label. Look look at Mr. Spaceman. He's levitating right there. Kember and old J Spaceman levitating. There he is. An instructional record, I believe I picked. I went with a Bruce Hack record. I have a few Bruce Hack records that are instructional. This is music for children, essentially, featuring Miss Nelson and Bruce. It's sort of educational. This is on the Dimension 3 label. It's sort of goofiness, but it does have an instructional element to it, and a pretty awesome cover. All right, a record that heals. Remember, I just picked random records out of this, or random questions from Dots and Loops here. A record that heals, Langley School's project, music, Innocence and Despair. This is the two private press records reissued together by the Bar None label. This originally came out maybe 20-something years ago, and then a few years ago they finally put it on vinyl. The original private presses are very tough. This is all children doing sort of hits of the day, Beach Boys songs, Beatles. You got Desperado on here, Neil Diamond. It might sound kind of schlocky, but children singing some of these songs is fantastic. Space Oddity is a real highlight, complete with some, real heavy-duty tremolo and a little bit of psychedelia, but just really touching music that heals. I'm going to say this. Kurt Cobain ruined it. My interpretation of brought a lot of notoriety and sort of awareness to this artist, but maybe also kind of ruined it. The Unfinished album, Hi, How Are You? Mr. Johnston from September 83. This is on the Homestead label. Surprising Dance, not really surprising, but a record you might not think is danceable, from a punk label, post-punk, no wave, Maximum Joy on the great 9/9 label. This is the EP, Stretch. English group. Their EP for 9/9. The Stretch title track is a burner. No guitar. I don't think there's any guitar in this. There is banjo, not guitar. Silver Apples, the second Silver Apples. Contact. Oh, it's still in the shrink. Ooh, this is a gross shrink. This is the kind of shrink I don't like to keep. Ooh, it's gross. Should we do it? Original shrink come off? Yeah, I'm gonna do it for all you folks out. This is gross shrink. Fuck it. Oh, it's old. I took off the original shrink on a 60s record, something I previously wouldn't have done. But now that sleeve does look much nicer. No guitar on this, as you probably know. Simeon doing the oscillations, and Danny, whatever, forgetting his last name, doing the drumming on the Cap label. Look at that sweet old Cap sleeve. All right, did it. Almost there. Wow, this does go faster than I think it would. No guitar. We had, most organ. I meant to pick something else, but it is what I have. I was going to pick a Terry Riley record, but here we have the Sapphire Thinkers, a psych group from within. A lot of organ on this. Also, a bunch of different keyboard, harpsichord, organ, piano from Mr. Bill Richmond. A nice psych record, really nice record. I'm sure Dan will know that. Anyway, Terry Riley too. Disco Delight. Let's go with the Pratts. EP, Disco Pope. The one and only Disco Pope on Rough Trade. Lady Rockers, The Feminine Complex. This is the original on Athena. Pretty solid garage group of women. Classic album, Not Played Enough. My early Thin Lizzy. I love these records. This is the first self-titled album, the US edition. What a great sleeve on London. They really should be playing this, and Sounds of the Westway as well. Time to Die, Baby Huey. He passed away just after he recorded this. I don't have the original on Kurt. Tom would like it someday. This is the Run Out Groove edition. They did this for Record Store Day. I think this is just like a standard edition. I forget if this is expanded or not. I don't really give a shit. I don't need expanded on this one. What a great voice, Baby Huey, the Baby Huey story, or living legend. This is from the early 70s. I don't know. There's some version of this still available. A memory record, Old Emotions. I was just thinking about this. Obviously, there's a lot of records that tied to emotions, but this is the one that came up mostly. Bob Dylan, The Times They Are Changing. I picked this because my son and I, when he was super young, this was like the first record he really connected to when he was like 2 or 3. He used to insist that we play this, the CD of this in the car. So this record is very much tied up in those memories. I was thinking about it the other day, so here's why it is. This is the mono. This is a record, weirdly enough, I find clean copies of quite a bit. Mono Columbia Records. And the last one, as John said, just let me know if you need me to command you to buy more records, John, by the way. As John said, this is a jazz record. No one knows Slaves, but I'm sure many of you know it. I've shown this before, but I don't see this one discussed, and it should be more expensive. It's probably gone up in price. But this is Norman Connor's Dance of Magic with a heck of a lineup. Herbie Hancock, Gary Bartz, Cecil McBee, Stanley Clark, Air 2, Eddie Henderson, Carlos Garnett, Billy Hart. On the Cobblestone label, probably from 72. Whatever. That's Jazz No One Slays. I believe that was 21 questions. We're listening to the German krautrock Silo record. I did show this one point before. Those are my 20 questions for you, Dan. Dots and Loops. Always hoping to see more videos from you, Dan. And thank you for doing this contest. Impressive as heck. See ya.